I know that these humans are the real animals. I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow their house down.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I guess they're trying to set fires everywhere, these knuckleheads, right? But regardless of that, I got a few videos here I want y'all to pay attention to. I want you to check it out. This stuff I've been talking about for a long time. This is why I say, even though the grapevine is a mess, on this side, information gets out there and the people research stuff and they do a finite job, so that way they can say everything as if they are the powerful, motivated speakers. That's not always the case. But I want y'all to have a look at this, all right? Yeah, I didn't feel like coming on today. I might not come on tomorrow either. It's windy, it's cool. Y'all know there's fires in South Carolina, you know, Greece is going crazy. You see what the UK did, the fake crown there, the people don't even want it. Well, I want you to pay attention to these compilation of these few videos, okay?
Most of the so-called Africans or African American people are actually indigenous to this land. You know, they were already here. Columbus didn't find nothing new. There were already people here, you know, and he was in search while he was studying prophecy and scripture, trying to find a holy people that were promised a land that was located to the west, which was essentially us. And when he came on this land, he called us Indians because he thought he landed in India, which it wasn't true, you know. But we're melanated people. Some contain a little bit more melanin than others, you know, but we're still indigenous to this land. This land is ours, you know. So all this reparations and stuff that they want to give, you know, 40 acres and a mule or whatever, that's frivolous. That wouldn't account for anything, you know. That's blasphemy against our people, black and brown. We need our land back, point blank. There's no amount of money that can substantiate the amount of killing and bloodshed that's been done on our people, point blank period. You know, so I don't know. It would be the somebody at me asking you, hey, how much do you think you're worth? Are you worth 40 acres and a mule? Oh no, I think you're priceless.
Black American freedmen history we should all know. Did you know that Black Americans placed billions of dollars in today's money in the Freedmen's Bank after slavery and experienced one of the biggest robberies of our black dollars in history because of it? Now, after slavery, Black American freedmen were promised 40 acres and a mule for their economic dependence, but never got it. Whites substituted the land that our ancestors were due with a bank in which they could save and build wealth for themselves. Now, Black Americans began putting the little they had in the bank, but as soon as they did, white President Henry Cook began stealing the hard-earned money of our ancestors by gambling, investing in railroad bonds, and even presenting numerous loans to his friends and family. He would steal so much that he would eventually bring the bank into a state of destitution.
So far, not so kind of. Continue.
I named 5 different species here. I'm aware of more now. As a matter of fact, I saw a document just a few days ago that mentioned 20. And I think you, Mr. Chairman, were interested in some of the places they might come from. And I have in here Zeta reticuli, R-E-T-I-C-U-L-I, Reticuli, the Pleiades, Orion, Andromeda, and the Altair star systems. So I don't think we can any more refer to them as they, because they're not an amorphous mass. They are different species and consequently may have different agendas. I don't think we can say that they all have the same agenda any more than we could say that the United States, China, and Russia had the same agenda. Our real interests may be very similar, but as of now, our perceived interests are still quite far apart. The other species that I learned about not too long ago was called the tall whites. And this is when Paula Harris broke the story just a few years ago. And through her good offices, I had the chance to talk for about 3 hours with former Airman Charles Hall and listen to this absolutely fascinating story of how he was working with, first of all, he was scared out of his skin, but after that, when he got to know them, how he was working with, and finally they became to trust each other and have a good working relationship with the tall whites at the gunnery range at Indian Springs in Nevada. And these tall whites were living on United States Air Force property and working in cooperation with the United States Air Force and sharing technology with them.
This is not a conspiracy. This is the new Jimmy Savile. UN security staff trafficked 14 and 15-year-old girls out of Moldova into Bosnia during the war, chained them up in a nightclub for the exclusive use of UN staff.
What do you mean, that chained them where?
In cages in the nightclub. They were sex slaves trafficked by UN staff. Certain aid workers prevented families from entering refugee camps unless they handed over a child for sexual favours.
So you can go on the record and say that the UN knew about
Oh,
this,
yeah.
and they were covering it up.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you think this goes all the way to the top?
Yes. When there is a pandemic going on that is spread by bodily fluids, WHO staff, World Health Organization staff, were abusing women in Eastern Congo. The people who know this best are the women on the ground. There are now protests in Eastern Congo with women saying, please, UN, leave. You were supposed to bring us peace. You were supposed to bring us security. You did not bring us peace, and you raped us. Can you please leave? Mark Zuckerberg should go to jail. Trump is a funny beast. My DNA shows that I'm his fourth cousin once removed via his mother, Mary Ann McLeod. All right, I'm going to say something publicly, and this is the first time I'm saying it to anyone.
Leave it in the comment section. I truly appreciate it. Just leave it in the comment section. I'll respond, or I'll hit the like and the heart on you, and all right? Because anyway, I'll say that for when I go live.